Hey guys, I'm Abby. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Shakespeare Week. This is day 4 and also happy Earth Day. So in accordance with Earth Day, I thought I would make this not only Shakespeare theme but Earth theme, I guess. So today we're going to be going over some locations you can visit in real life that has to do with Shakespeare, or they're like settings of his plays. I'm not gonna list all of them because there are a lot all over the world, or at least like in Europe, North Africa, and like some parts of Asia. But I'm gonna go over some main ones. Mostly they're based off of places within his plays, but we're also going to talk about places within his life too. So maybe once this whole pandemic is over with, we can go visit them and see these places for ourselves. So I'm gonna first start off with the great country of Italy. Many places within Italy are mentioned in many different plays of Shakespeare, but I'm going to mention 3 cities that you can visit. The first one is probably one of the most known ones from Italy, and that is Verona. There's actually 2 main plays that mention Verona, but one is definitely more known than the other. Of course, there is the play of Two Gentlemen of Verona, where the 2 gentlemen are originally from before going to Milan, but mostly is known for Romeo and Juliet. And there are places within the city where you can go visit sites that have to do or are influence to the play. There is a place for Juliet's balcony where there's an actual balcony and many people visit it, and there are letters posted all over the wall to Juliet. So maybe you can go visit and write a love letter yourself and stick it into the wall. And within the town of Verona, there is also a house named the House of Romeo. It was owned by a family with a similar name to Montague, who is said to inspire the Montague family of Romeo within Verona, so it's marked as Romeo's house. You can also go and visit that. And then within both plays, there are cities around it and near it that are both mentioned you can visit, but they don't necessarily have sites like Verona does that are actually there. And not too far off from Verona, there is another city mentioned in a couple different plays, and that is Venice, majorly from the Merchant of Venice play, and also Othello. Venice itself is a big tourist city just from the history and the people who live there. But if you're going for Shakespeare, you can travel through the canals on the gondolas, go under or on Rialto Bridge, which is mentioned in the play many times. You can also visit some of the islands around. Just make sure you don't borrow any money and get yourself in trouble. But besides the bridge, there's not really a lot that's specified in the play of where they are. So it's just kind of a great city to visit to get the feel of these plays. But the last place in Italy I'm going to mention is its capital, Rome, because there's so much to see and do in Rome. Plus, Shakespeare based many of his historical plays and tragedies on this location, including Julius Caesar, Antony and Cleopatra, and also other ones like Titus and Andronicus have settings within the play that mention or in Rome. Of course, Julius Caesar, Antony, and Cleopatra were real people, so they were in these places, and you can go see sites that they were actually at, even if they weren't necessarily mentioned in the play. Rome has so much history and buildings from those time periods that those people really were at that you can go see, so it's a great place to get really a feel for and what's going on in the plays. But outside of Italy, another place that has a lot of history and real locations that people were at includes Athens, Greece, which is mentioned in a couple different plays, including the famous Midnight Summer's Dream, Timon of Athens. Athens and the area around it are the main setting for Midnight Summer's Dream, and deals some with Greek mythology. Since most of the play takes place in the forest, there's not really actually places in the city it really talks about, but you can get the feel of it and visit I think it's a national park that's really close, that is said to be based off of. So there's not exact sites to visit, but it's a great place with a lot of history and tiebacks to different plays of Shakespeare. And the next place I'm going to suggest visiting comes from the most known play of Shakespeare, and that is Hamlet. And you can visit Hellingsgård and the Kronborg Castle. This is said to be the castle that Elsinore is based off of, which is the main location for the Hamlet play. It is only about an hour north of Copenhagen, but they also have like festivals and things about the play there every year. So I don't think they have exact sites like Verona, but the whole castle is there for you to tour and see and pretend that you're in the play Hamlet. And last but not least, I'm going to mention 2 places within England. Of course, you can't mention Shakespeare without mentioning England. The 2 main places I'm going to suggest going are, of course, London, where the Globe is, where most of the plays were played. The replica is there. You can go and really get the feel of what it was like seeing these plays in person. But also, if you want to go outside of London real close and go to a place where the plays were actually happened instead of the replica, you can go to Hampton Court Palace, where Shakespeare and his company went to play for people. But all throughout London and places nearby are places within the plays themselves. Almost all of Shakespeare's history plays are based off English kings, so there's plenty of locations within London or around London mentioned within these plays that you can maybe go visit or just get a feel of what they were like. The last but definitely not least place I'm going to suggest is Shakespeare's birthplace itself, Stratford upon Avon. This has to do less with his plays and more just his life. That's where he was born. That's where he went to school. There's Anne Hathaway's cottage you could visit. The Royal Shakespeare Company is there. Not too far away is his burial. So lots of things to do and see Shakespeare-wise within the area. So there you have many places you can visit to get a feel for Shakespeare and his plays. There obviously are plenty more throughout all of his plays, since most plays have more than one place that they mention or are set in, and there are plenty of places that have actual spots you can visit, like Verona. But if you're looking forward to ending this pandemic and going on a trip, I suggest going on a trip based off of Shakespeare. And these locations can be some of your starting points. So I hope you guys liked this video. Comment down below which place you would like to see the most, especially if it was one I didn't mention. But I will see you guys tomorrow for another video for Shakespeare Week. And remember, if you want to be someone, why not be you? Bye guys.